Hello everyone, welcome to chemistry class. We are here with the next part for this revision of chapter 2, and today we will discuss this remaining chapter, that is physical and chemical changes involving energy change. We will see how the energy changes are involved in various chemical reactions or the physical changes also. So already you should be knowing that heat and light, these are the two forms of energy. Heat also as well as light, it is a form of energy, and this energy transformation is taking place whenever changes are taking place in our surroundings. So even if the physical change or we can say chemical change, whatever type of change is going on, energy is either taken in or it can be given out. Taken in means it is either absorbed or it can be released outside whenever the chemical reaction or physical change is being performed there. So what does we conclude there? What do we conclude is heat energy or we can say light energy can either be emitted, absorbed by the particular substance during the physical or chemical change. Also we can say these definitions that are related to these changes. So whenever the heat is evolved, that is heat is being produced or released in a particular change, it is called as exothermic change. Similarly, whenever the heat is being absorbed, then it is called as endothermic change. So these two definitions are relatively important. You have to note it to learn. So just you can take this in the book and you have to learn this. Whenever the heat is evolved or produced, it is exothermic. Whenever it is absorbed, it is endothermic change. So these we have seen the two types of changes. Now one by one we'll go through the changes regarding the energy in physical and chemical change. First we will see with regard to the physical change. In a physical change, how the energy changes are coming. First example here is changes in state of matter. Whenever the changes in state of matter, that is solid change to liquid and so on and vice versa, there is some changes that is we can say related to energy changes. So when the solid is being converted to heat, is being heated and converted to the liquid, then what we will do? A solid will be heated there in order to melt it. So basically what we are doing? Basically we are allowing the solid to absorb the heat. Solid will only absorb the heat and then it will melt into the liquid. So just an example is given. Iron, sulfur or ice, all these are solids. They will absorb the heat and then only they will melt. Without the absorption of the heat, they will not melt. So absorption of heat means what? It is endothermic change. Similarly, a liquid also absorbs the heat in order to change into vapors. So liquid like water change to water vapor only whenever proper heat is there. So again endothermic change is going on. Next is on being cooled, the gases and vapors form the liquid. Opposite thing if you are doing, if you take any vapors or the gas and cool it down, then what will happen? The heat from that gas or the vapors will come outside. Heat will be given out in this process and the vapors or gas will convert into liquid. So because heat is given outside, then what is it? It is exothermic process. Here is an activity that is given related to this. You have to take a kettle and boil some water in it. Then we have to place a bowl of cold water near the spout. So as we put it near the spout, this is the spout of the kettle, and we have to put a bowl near this. So as what we will observe, the water vapor that is coming out of the spout, because water is boiling inside the kettle, so some water vapor will be producing outside. That will condense as it comes in contact with the bowl, and after some time we will find all the water vapor that is condensed on the bowl. It will convert all the water that is available in the bowl into hot water. So that is a small activity. Here in this it is not relatively clear. This is the bowl we have placed and inside water is filled. So heat is coming outside from here, from the snout only. Heat is coming outside because water vapor, the water is being boiled there, or जो भी water boil हो रहा है, that is releasing the steam, or the hot water vapor is coming outside, and because of that this bowl is also absorbing heat, and ultimately what will happen? This water will convert into hot water after a certain period of time. That is endothermic change has taken place for the bowl in this example you have seen. Next, now on being boiled, the water changes to water vapor and the water vapor condenses into drops of hot water, transferring heat into the cold water. So that is only same thing they have explained. We will now move quickly to the next example, that is dissolution. When we are dissolving different chemicals or different substances, there also we can consider exothermic as well as endothermic change. Like example is given, when you put some glucose on your tongue, what will happen? Your tongue will feel cool. What is actually happening? When you put glucose on the tongue, the glucose will absorb the heat from the tongue, and that is why tongue starts feeling cool. Now what the glucose is doing, it is absorbing heat, that is an endothermic change that is taking place. Next, now similarly, when you dissolve ammonium chloride in water, now again what will happen, the solution will cool down. Why does the solution cool down? Because this ammonium chloride will absorb all the heat, and therefore endothermic change will take place. So this cooling is going on only because of absorption of the heat energy. So now the opposite you will see. On the other hand, if you add bathroom acid, that is concentrated hydrochloric acid, to water. So when we put acid in water, what will happen there? Heat will produce outside. The whole solution will become very hot. So because heat is being evolved there, it is called as exothermic change. So these are the different processes that are related to the dissolution. Some are endothermic and some are exothermic. Last, now we will see the examples of energy change in chemical change. When some chemical reaction or chemical change is going on, how the energy changes involved there, endothermic and exothermic, both we will see now with regard to chemical change. First example they have given regarding is burning. So whenever any substance like coal or wood is burned, then what will happen? Already we know that when we burn something, heat is produced obviously, and also light is also produced. So heat is generated outside. When you burn coal or wood or anything, heat is coming outside. So because this energy is produced, heat and light both are being emitted, that is they are being released. That is why burning is what? It is an exothermic process. Next, now we'll move to the next one. Example is slaking of lime. This is generally done when the whitewashing of the houses is done. So quicklime, when it is used for whitewashing, it is mixed with water, and quicklime, when it is mixed with water, what will happen? A lot of heat energy is generated. What is happening? Exothermic reaction is taking place. The reaction is very highly exothermic, that the water will start boiling. Yes, the water automatically on its own it starts boiling because a lot of heat is generated from the quicklime on adding water there. So even if you can see in the photograph they have given in the book, that is an exothermic process. This process is called as slaking of lime. After mixing quicklime and water, you get slaked lime, and that is used for whitewashing the houses. The walls of the house can be painted using that. Next, now photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, that is food is prepared in the plants in the presence of sunlight only. So sunlight is giving what? Sunlight is giving the heat energy to the plants, and basically what is happening there? Absorption of energy is taking place. So because heat energy is being absorbed, photosynthesis is what? It is also an endothermic change. So that is all. We have completed all the types of the changes related to energy change in the physical and chemical changes. Some are called as exothermic and another one are called as the endothermic. These two definition, again I tell you have to take a note of this and relate this to this example. In the exam, these examples can be asked, and you have to identify it is exothermic or endothermic. So properly read this, all these examples related to the endothermic as well as exothermic changes. So that is all. The chapter revision ends here. Last video will have related to this chapter it will be the explanation of the exercise part. Although exercise already had been given earlier to you, we'll just have a recap, just a kind of explanation of all these answers in the upcoming video. So that is all for today. Thank you.